Hey everyone, hi folks, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you are. Welcome to a new session of Hangout with Rockstar. Happy to be once again here like every Friday with all of you. Nice to meet you in case it's your first time joining the session. I am Maria Hernandez and with me Jose Marcelino, like every
Hi,
Friday.
everyone. Yep, here we are again.
Here we are again. And yeah, if this is like your first time joining, a warm welcome for you. We are super excited to have new members joining to this event because this space is made for you. So yeah, just a summary before I start, this is just a community space where we talk and share with different rack stars about their experiences, their hacks, the projects they are working on, and maybe many other experiences. And in today's session, we're going to be chatting with an individual with more than 25 years of experience in the telecommunication field, and also someone with a mission to deploy a LoRaWAN network with 100% open and free for an entire region. Mark, welcome.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Hi, intro. Hi,
We
Mark.
got you. Welcome. Happy to have you here. Thanks for taking the time and sharing with us today about the things that you have been done with the LoRaWAN network open
Yes.
that you deploy in your region. And yeah, just before I start, like as every week, for those who are connected, feel free to ask any question you may have in the comment section. And I will keep an eye on the chat every time that a question pops up, or we can discuss them later on the Q&A session at the end of the session. So that's all. So just to start, to break the ice and to get a little bit more better. So let's talk about you. Can you share us like a little bit more about your background, your education?
Yes, of course. My name is Mark. I'm born in the Netherlands. I'm 52 years old, and I'm since 1995 in the telecommunications industry. First with fixed telephony, and later on with internet and mobile communications. And I own my own telecommunication company since 2000. And furthermore, I'm happily married. I have a daughter of 11 years old and a son of 9. And yeah, my son wants to have the company when I'm old. So
Oh, wow.
that's already where he's talking about.
So you're teaching him now.
That is difficult because he wants to play with his PlayStation and wants like to look at YouTube and that kind of thing. So sometimes he is coming to check at me, but that's short of time.
Oh, okay. You need to get him on the right YouTube channels then.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe
I think they are looking right now. So
yeah.
Great. Hello.
Nice, hi. That is awesome. And right now, are you working for a telecommunication company as well, right?
yes, I have. And now my company is called Nox Telecom. I started in 2014. And it's now a telecommunications company with fixed VoIP services, mobile services, and internet. And we are now migrating to a full ICT company. So also networking, switching, firewalls, and that kind of thing. So that's in progress right now, and we hope in the next 3-4 years to round up that project.
Awesome. And which are like all those projects that you have been like involved like in the telecommunication area and in that field, which are the ones that you are most proud of, and also like the hardest project that you have worked?
Yeah. I'm on one project very proud and never want to do it again. And yeah, because it was a selling of my first company together with a colleague in 2010, but he passed away. And that's why I have to sell. I have to sell the company. So
Okay.
So that was the biggest achievement, but also the one thing I don't want to do again.
Yeah.
Yeah, hard decisions.
Yeah.
And now, like, joining more in the IoT field. Why did you decide to initiate the deployment of an open network in your region? Like, this was your first time experiencing like directly with IoT project, or do you have an experience before?
No, I came in contact with LoRaWAN and IoT somewhere in 2015, I think, where I saw a project on LinkedIn, a Kickstarter project of the Things Network in Amsterdam, of Rienke and Johan, and I thought, hey, that's an interesting project, a new way of communication, not Wi-Fi, not Bluetooth, but something else. And I joined the Kickstarter project, and I bought one gateway and 10 nodes, and then I just waited. I waited and waited and waited. And,
it took a long time.
and finally, in 2017, I received the gateway and 10 nodes. And, I powered them up, and it was abacadabra to me. So
nice.
I'm, as I told already to you, I'm not a technical guy. I'm more a commercial guy and a finance guy and a general, but not a technical. So it was very difficult to log into the gateway or to in the nodes with Arduino on software like that. So I sat some long nights here in the attic and didn't see my wife for some days. So that was too difficult for me. And I thought, if this is IoT and this is LoRaWAN, it will never succeed. It should be very easy and simple to deploy. But I still got interested in the Things Network and LoRaWAN. And then in 2020, I started together with a company called Fact here, also in Venray, to building a TTN network here in Venray based on the Things Network. And they have knowledge about gateways and nodes and sensors and IoT. Mostly they did it with 4G gateways, but they are all migrating to LoRaWAN and that kind of protocols. And so they brought in their expertise, their knowledge, and I brought in the gateways and the investments. So together now we're building this network, and started in January 2020. Then COVID came. It was put on a hold for some months, and in June I started to contact all my my network that I have from my 15 or 20 years having my own company. And in a few months' time, I have more than 10 gateways online on high roofs in the region of Venray. And nowadays we have 70 gateways online to cover a network of 160 square kilometers. And it is almost 100% coverage. Outdoor, it is 100%. But sometimes indoor coverage can be difficult. If you go to basements or refrigerators, it can be difficult to get coverage in all of the neighborhood of Venray.
And that is awesome. Like, do you make like a really good job deploying like all this network during like last year instead of like the pandemic, which is awesome. And now that you mentioned that it's like an outdoor network, which are like how do you go through like that process of selecting the most appropriate gateway for your outdoor deployments?
And my first gateway was the Things gateway. It's still active. It is in the attic here at home. And then I was starting and looking for gateways. And the first outdoor gateway I bought was the Things outdoor gateway from your competitor, LoRaWAN. I have 2 installed here in Venray, and then we had a talk with the things industries. In fact, also the founding partner of the TTN Venray had a talk with the things industries, and they advised us looking at RAK Wireless because of the gateways, but also of WISblocks, which you can develop a lot of things by your own. So I took a look at RAK Wireless gateways, and I thought, okay, that looks good, and that's the main reason we switched from the things outdoor gateways to the RAK Wireless gateways, and I have no regrets about that choice.
Amazing. You will share more in a bit when you share your screen, which is awesome.
Yes.
And also, I am curious about which is like the biggest challenge did you face installing one of these outdoor gateways? Yeah,
the biggest challenge. I had, of course, some challenges. As I told, I'm commercially, I'm financially, I'm general, but I'm not technical. And installing a gateway on a roof, on a pole, is not so difficult. But all the electric wiring, grounding, and all that kind of things. So in my network, I found some good locations, and all locations that I found are from a network, and where I can put my gateways free of charge, because my network is free of charge. I convinced all those locations that my network is free of charge, and it will be free of charge, open for everybody. So that's also the reason why they gave their locations free of charge.
Okay.
And furthermore, I have in my network some companies that do technical installations. So I asked them to do the technical installations for me, and they all did that for free of charge of hours, free charge of materials. So the network here in Venray is, beside of the gateways that I bought, is built by the community. It's
amazing.
It's not only a community network with technical people on the Things network side, but a community network with people for the roofs, the installation, materials, knowledge. But now the next step is get LoRaWAN projects on it, and that is a little bit more difficult. But that will be further on in the presentation.
Amazing. Actually, that one of the questions that I wanted to make, and is that since the engagement of the community has been like so nice, because everyone has an effort to acquire the gateways, which is like a big investment, and also to put their efforts in deploying this. Like, what is the engagement as well in the deployment of like new solutions based on different kind of sensors? Which are the solutions that have been implemented so far on this network?
Sorry, once again, please.
Yeah, sure. Like, which are like the implemented solutions, like end solutions that are running on
I'm sorry.
Are just the network, or you have like some solution already?
We have the first priority was building the network, and we have some small projects right now, and one of them is in a huge pig farm. They grow pigs, hundreds of thousands of years. They have 3 big stables, and they have refrigerators where the sperm is in, and the refrigerators have to be on a 17 degrees Fahrenheit of Celsius, plus minus 1 degree. And we put in 2 types of sensors to monitor the temperature, and if they go out of range, the local facility manager will be alerted to check what is going on with the refrigerator. And in the past, there was a buzzer, but if you're not in the surrounding of the buzzer, you don't hear the alarms. And furthermore, we installed two CO2 sensors in the PIC stable, and we are measuring the CO2 level. And if the CO2 level is getting too high, the ventilation will start. And that automation is the next step. But now they get alerted if the CO2 level is getting too high. And of course, a CO2 level that is too high is dangerous for the pigs in the stables, but also for the people working in those stables. Yeah? So that's a project right now. But we have to get more projects in my network. But that is getting more difficult.
More difficult? Sorry, what do you mean more difficult?
Yeah, to convince people to implement smart sensors in measuring things, or GPS tracking in the neighborhood, or temperature sensing, or all kinds of things which you can do with LoRaWAN, but you have to get convinced. And that is a change of what they all do for many years. And what people cannot do is changing. Everyone wants to do the same and the same every day in and out. So that is the difficulty at this moment for me, convincing people to start a project. Just try it. The network is for free. You only have to buy some sensors, and you can start easily with a temperature and a humidity sensor, and they cost about $30–35, and you can start.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
Okay. And that project that you mentioned, it was built like with like a ready-to-use sensor, or are you using like any custom like development board for it?
No, I'm using only sensors that are completely developed by companies like your sensors, or the Link sensors, temperature sensors, or Adonis sensors. So it's ready to implement. That should be easy. Open the sensor, put in the dev UI in the Things network, and it should be working. So. And of course, the company Fact, which are together building this network, they are IoT developers. They are building their own sensors. And when I'm right, they also bought some WISBlock components to build sensors.
Amazing.
So my part is building the network and implement sensors off the shelf.
Okay, amazing. I'm super excited to see what you these guys can achieve with the WISBlock, since it's a tool allows them to create solutions for any industry. So I'm sure they will prepare and work on really cool things. Yes. And how about RAK Wireless? You mentioned that you explore first our gateways, and then you never regret about that decision of choosing our gateways. Can you share more about your experience with the company, with the brand itself, the different gateways that you have the opportunity to test? Would be nice to hear that from you.
Yeah, I have right now I have two type of gateways. Is the RAK 7249, that's the outdoor gateway, and the RAK 7258, that's the indoor gateway. And I have also a brand new one, the 7268. It's not in the shop right now, but it's a I have it here right now, but that are the two gateways I use, and they are always on. We had some storms last week and a few months ago, and it's freezing here, and they are still working. And I have gateways with a LAN connection, and I have 4 gateways with a SIM card in it. Okay. And a 4G SIM card in it, and they're all working. So from that kind of point of view, they are perfectly working. And if I have support questions or other questions to RAK Wireless, yeah, I get always a quick answer and a good answer. So I'm also very happy with the support I get if there are any problems or issues.
That's great to hear.
Amazing. Definitely. And do you think like there is like any missing device that you wish we should offer in our store?
Yes and no. I will have a
Yes.
picture later on. Keep on doing the good thing. I have a picture later on of the indoor gateway, the 7258. If you place it on the wall right up, all the Ethernet ports and the ports for the SIM card are on top. And if they are on top, they can fall dust into the gateway, into the connectors. Not good if cabling, for example. So normally it should be, all the cabling should be on the other side and the antenna should be on the upside. But that is, I will show it in a few minutes when I share my pictures.
Yeah, of course. If you want, you can share it.
I can explain better what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. Let's share your screen so we can see the pictures that you have for us. So I will add it to the screen. Here we are. Yeah.
Yes. Do you see my? I have. Let's take a look.
We are able to see. We're able to see your screen. Everything's okay.
This is the gateway in the city called Wansum. It's the highest gateway I have here. It's about 60 meters high, and the range of the gateway is enormous. It's about 30-40 kilometers, and the sensor far away is here in Soest. That's about 90 kilometers away. So and that's a picture of the things mapper. So it's only sensors with GPS in it and sending their data to TTN mapper.
Nice.
Now that's the number of gateways I have now in place right now. My first gateway was the things indoor, 2 bronze, and the rest are RAK wireless gateways. And today I was in a small village here at Batman, and I call him Batman because he's watching bats in churches, and I can place there another gateway, and in that same church I will place some sensors of Ursa Link to measure temperature and Ursa and humidity, and yeah, that's a kind of a change. He offers me a good location in a church. I offer him some sensors and for his monitoring of the temperature and humidity in the church for the bats over there. So the numbers are still climbing.
Okay. And is that with 4G? Sorry, is that gateway has 4G then?
That will be a WAN connection or LAN connection.
Okay.
Using the church network.
Yeah, in the church he has 16 cameras watching the bats flying in and flying out. And
okay, that's
therefore
nice.
he has some cabling in the church, and I can use that cabling.
That's excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
Tech church. Nice.
This is the community of Venray, and it's about 160 kilometers wide. And I have here plotted the gateways. The blue ones are outdoors. The green ones are indoor gateways. And the circled are gateways where I want to place, are places where I want to place a gateway. So Kasterij, there was I today in the church, and I want to place one in Oostrum, Gijsteren, and Bitterswijk. And then I have a full coverage of Venray with some redundancy. If gateways go down, another gateway has coverage in the same area. And that's important for me, that if one single gateway goes down, there will be still enough coverage in the network. Let's take a look. Yes. This is an installation with a RAK7258 with a 4G SIM card in it. And that's what I meant. If I place the gateway on the wall, the antenna is up. And you see here, I have placed some tape on top of the gateway to prevent falling things into the ports on top of the gateway.
Okay.
So if you want to develop or change something, that would be an advice to make it possible to close it with, or put the antenna on the other side, so that the openings are below, and nothing can fall into the connectors.
But you can turn the gateway upside down, and it doesn't change the polarization of the antenna, so it doesn't really.
Yeah, but
maybe it doesn't look so nice.
Yeah, but it sees, if you put an antenna down, it sees. It seems to be strange. An antenna should be up.
I'm not so sure about that, but okay.
When I go back, I will change it.
It's just different. It's different, but I agree that it doesn't. Yeah, usually you see them pointing up, but it doesn't really matter very much.
Okay. I also learned from this session.
We are learning.
Yeah, this is a outdoor gateway. A small installation it was. This is on the roof of a small village. It's about 27 meters high, and it has a large coverage. And these are some cabinets that I made. In this cabinet, there is the power supply, the surge protectors for the network cable, and the surge protector for the power. Further on, I have a picture of the inside of it. So it's nicely mounted on the wall at the company, so they only see this, and not all cabling or all surge protectors or all power injectors. They only see this cabinet. There's another one, also facing up. I just learned that it could be, it's easy to face down the antenna. This was my first outdoor gateway. As you see, it's not a RAK wireless gateway, but it's the first gateway I put on a hotel here in Venray. It's about 90 meters high, and it's over the rooftops. So therefore, it's very important to place gateways as high as possible.
Yeah.
To have a better coverage. But everyone placing gateways knows that, I think. I hope.
Wow.
This is my last gateway with the 16 millimeter grounding cables. But this is on the rooftop. A lot of rooftops here in the neighborhood are used by mobile operators, as you can see here.
Yeah.
Nice.
On the left side of the picture, there are more mobile operators with their antennas, and they all have also a LoRaWAN network, but that is a closed network. And I deliver an open LoRaWAN network.
Okay. This is KPN or something like that.
KPN, Vodafone, or T-Mobile.
Right.
One of those three.
Okay. And you got access for free to the roof, for this roof.
Yes,
so,
and they have to pay. They have to pay.
Yeah, they have to pay, so you got it free. I see.
Yeah, but these are huge installations.
Yes.
With special iron to hold it on the roof, and I have a small installation.
Yeah, small box with an antenna. Much different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
And this is the inside of a box where I have the surge protector for the network cable. Normally it's coming in from here. Then there's the protected side. It goes to the PoE injector, and the PoE injector is also protected. So if lightning or strikes or lightning is in the neighborhood and it gets to the antenna or to the gateway, all the equipment behind is protected.
Yeah.
And have you tested this yet, or have you got any lightning strike yet?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Yet.
I'm not hoping that.
Yeah, you don't want it.
I don't want it. Nobody wants it, because if lightning hits a gateway full, everything will
vaporize.
die.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And this looks very professional. Yeah, very nice installation.
Now this is
look at that.
A photo with the grounding of the gateway, and on top is the antenna.
Very nice.
Nice
installation.
And there's also an outdoor gateway installation with a 4G SIM card in it. Awesome. Outdoor box. Because this is on a chicken farm, and I am not allowed to go into the chicken farm because of the chicken flu. I don't know.
Okay.
So, that's why all the equipment is installed outside in an IP67 box, so I can access the gateway, I can access the power, I can access the everything I need is outside here.
Great.
Very awesome.
And this is a picture from closer. This was installed by an electricity company, and this is the inside.
The same.
The surge protector for the cabling, the surge protector for the network, and this is also a
RCD.
So it's triple protected.
All protected. Very nice.
All
very
protected.
Nice. So you learned about all of this yourself, or how did you?
Yes, just by myself, by reading, by asking people, by calling people.
Yeah.
All that kind of things.
Amazing, good stuff.
Amazing.
And this is the gateway in Wansum. The highest gateway, it's on 60 meters high, and it receives about 1.5 messages a month right now. So that's and all on 4G. Okay. So it's the highest gateway, and some picture of the cabling is nicely mounted. The earthing is nicely on the earthing that was available at the building.
So you are the one who provides like the payment for the monthly fee of the SIM cards, I imagine.
That's what I'm paying myself because I have a telecommunication company, and the monthly fee for a SIM card is only a few euros. So it's no problem for me. And the gateway here in Wansum with the 500,000 messages is about using 150 MBs a month. So I don't know if that's a lot or not, but I have now 4 or 5 gateways on a 4G SIM card, and I have a total bundle of 5G a month. So I have a lot of MBs left for the other gateways.
Nice.
And you pay like 10 euros or something like that, less than 10 euros. Yeah. Got it.
There's another inside of another cabinet that was made especially for my network.
Wow.
That was the first picture I received from Maria. This is another installation with another cabinet from another installation company, but also nicely mounted on the wall. Power comes in, it's all grounded.
You should make a guide for people to how to do a good installation, because this is really this is professional level.
If you put it like this at a company, they see it's nicely mounted, and no cables, no wiring, no power injectors that are lying around in the server room.
Yes,
it's all mounted in a cabinet, and yes, of course, it was all paid for me, but normally it will take 80 to 100 euros to make this. But yeah, but when I do something, I do it right.
Yeah, why do it like half-hearted?
Yeah, there's another gateway outside, and yeah, here on the horizon you see a big KPN tower. If I find my gateway on that KPN tower, it's about 100 meters high, I believe. So I get better coverage, but I don't think they like side sharing.
You can go there in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
But I see all your antennas are wrapped, like everything is done properly. Like you can see everything is protected. Very nice installation.
They all wrapped. They're all. I think this picture was made before they were grounded, but all gateways are grounded.
Yeah, so this will last a long time. You don't need to go up the roof again. It's well done.
Yeah,
very good.
And how about the management of all the gateways?
Sorry?
Like how about like the remote management of all the gateways that you have?
I will come back on that some later on. Is that okay?
Okay, super, no problem.
Yeah. And then I walk around here in the neighborhood, and we have some huge towers, and then I have to go, of course, test my network. So I have 4 nodes or 4 sensors to test the coverage, and this one is I don't know if you know it. It's an Adonis field tester, which you can adjust in the SF value 7 to 12. In the DBIs, it sends 2 to 40 to 14. So this one is huge. This one I use mostly. But these are this is a node from the Things network. These two are from LoRaWAN, and this is a GPS sensor from a company that is developed 20 kilometers away from here in Horst. And it's a GPS sensor, also with Wi-Fi sniffing. So it first determines the location on Wi-Fi, and if it cannot find any Wi-Fi, then it will turn on GPS, and therefore it will have a very long battery life. Because a GPS sensor that sends every 15 minutes or every hour activates the GPS sensor, it will take a lot of battery. And this one, I have it now, I think 6 months, and my battery level is at 99%.
Wow.
So,
nice.
Because it is not activating the GPS sensor. So this is a smart sensor. It's only using GPS. If you push a button, it's a push button here, or if I send a downlink command to the sensor, then it's activating the GPS. And on movement, if it's on movement, it sends also GPS. So it is stable. It doesn't start the GPS, and therefore it has a very long battery life. Let's take a look.
Right.
This was my last picture. Yes.
Perfect. Nice. And that is awesome. And how about like the management, the remote management of the devices that you mentioned?
Now, very important for me by selecting the location of the gateway was easy access to the gateway, because at this moment there are some possibilities of remote management via VPN, but that's too difficult for me. You have to set up a VPN server or a DDNS server in every gateway. You have to install username, password of that VPN connection. So, but I hope of a cloud management system of RAK Wireless.
Yeah, so it's coming. It's coming. WizDM. It's called WizDM.
Yes.
And I think the 7268 might already support it in the firmware. You might have that option there if you see it.
Yeah, and I know WisDM is coming, but I cannot tell more about it because I signed an NDA.
What?
Nice.
So it's
Oh my God,
really,
okay.
it's really WisDM. If it's going to come, it's a really good feature for wireless gateways. It's really good. Remote management for gateways and sensors, but also for gateways, because all the gateways on TTN have to migrate from V2 to V3 and from the packet forwarder to basic station. So I only want to go once to a gateway, put in the new firmware, and hopefully I can manage them remote in big groups at once, and get more insights of the traffic on the gateway, how many nodes are on the gateway. Now you can see, if you look into the web interface of a gateway, you can see how many traffic you have, how many nodes are on the gateway, what the signal to noise ratios are. But if all that information will come in a cloud management system, you have much more information to manage your system, manage the performance of your network. So that will be a huge step for wireless if WisDM is be launched this year. I hope this year, before I have to migrate all my gateways to V3.
V3, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
What do you feel about this migration? Do you think it's needed? Do you think the TTN might have shut themselves?
I think the current TTN network is stable enough, but if you want more new sensors or more techniques on your LoRaWAN network, you have to migrate. But I think it's a huge impact for the TTN network, this migration.
Yeah, and everyone says that.
Yeah, they want to shut down V2 in end this year, but I think that will not be done, because if the half of the people is not migrating to V3, they cannot shut down V2. It's impossible.
That's right.
So, and if you migrate sensors from V2 to V3, they can still communicate over gateways that are based on V2. But if you migrate a gateway from V2 to V3, it can only receive messages from sensors on V3. So, you have to first migrate your sensors, and at last, at day 0, you have to migrate your gateways. And not earlier, if you have an open network as I have. So that's why remote management of gateways for now is important, but also for in the future, because there will be new developments, new firmware, or new innovations that needs development on the gateway or in the network of the gateways.
Actually, there is like a question here that we can cover, like similar to this migration process. And this is: are you also planning to deploy Helium to Venray?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Are you also planning to deploy a Helium network in your region?
No, I'm not at this moment.
Okay.
No. So it's only my focus now is right on the LoRaWAN network, on the free TTN network, and I invested some money, so hopefully I will get some money back. But if not, then not. But no, I'm not at this moment looking into a Helium network right now.
Yeah, it makes sense. If you're getting the roofs for free, I guess you don't want to go into that direction. I understand.
Definitely. And also we have like another question over here that we can jump on. Once you start deploying the Things network in your area and talk about it, have you been followed by other people to help you to finance and make it, or did you just receive some configuration for all of this?
Yes, most of the times I got congratulations, but as I told in the beginning, I have all the roofs where I put my gateways for free. So that's the investments the people on the locations did. And as I told, the installation companies helped me installing the gateways for free. And the 2 gateways in Oerlo and Wansum installed in one day. I have a mechanic 8 hours with me, and I'm not charged for 8 hours. So the investment for that company is 8 hours time 40 or 50 euros per hour, and all the equipment, the hardware, the Cat5 cabling, the connectors, the boxes, I got them all for free. So did they send me money to invest in gateways? No, but that's not what I wanted. I wanted to invest on their part. Have free locations for the gateways, have free installations, and that's not out of the pocket money for them, but it's out of it saved me out of the pocket money for me, but for them time, for people that are helping me, it's not out of the pocket money, as I tell to them. Yeah. So that's why it's also a community network in investments, in time, in knowledge, in materials, and I invested in the gateways and some sensors.
Definitely, yeah, and I think like right now it's time to encourage like everyone to start like deploying the real applications behind like all the network. And what do you think like? What can be like the most ideal way to engage the community to build this sensor? I don't know. For example, we had a chat previously with one of our community members, Soche Perez. She's from Spain. He's from Spain, sorry, and they started like a community as well next to the things that we're deploying an open network, and also running workshops in different spaces to teach how to deploy, like how to build like IoT sensors, how to explore the technology, give more knowledge, like spread more knowledge in the area about the technology in order to encourage more people to join the network.
Yeah, I'm now also talking to some schools. Because it's very important that IoT, Internet of Things, is a part of the future, and it's unique. So I want to talk to schools to get them also on the project. But schools are very how do you call it? I don't know the English word right now, but with a lot of skepsis, because they don't have much time on schools to go in this kind of projects and don't have the money to buy sensors. So I'm talking to them and trying to get them involved in this project, because the network is there, it's for free. They only have to buy some sensors. And I have some these notice from the Things Network. I have 20 of them. They can use them for free to get all the children involved in this new kind of technology.
Yeah, and the cost will come down, I'm sure, like to like $5 or something like that. So I guess it will become more accessible for schools. Yeah, but you still need to get the teachers involved. That's really important.
The teachers are most difficult. I think the students, yes, but the teachers will be more difficult.
Yeah. What about the user experience? So I think you started the conversation saying that this needs to be easy. Do you think it's easy now? Like people have to enter all these keys and things like that.
It is much more easier. I made a video of getting a RAK wireless gateway online.
Okay.
In 39 seconds, right?
In 39 seconds. So it was powered on. But I logged on to the RAK wireless gateway, took the UI, put the UI ID in the Things console. I made a new gateway in the Things console, put in the UI, and it was online. So that's very important, not for deploying gateways, easy, for non-technical people, like me. I'm technical, but I have to have a web GUI to do my thing. I'm not a command line kind of people. So
okay.
And that should also be for the sensors. You have to take out a sensor out of the box, scan QR code.
Exactly.
It should be automatically come into the Things network and in the dashboards you choose. So it's very important for mass deployment.
And now that you mentioned dashboard, what are you doing to, like, which platform or service are you using for monitoring like all the sensor data?
I'm now using two dashboards. One is of the company Fact, one of the co-inventors of the things Venray, and they have their own dashboard. That's what I'm using. Develop it themselves. And I'm also using the dashboard of DataCake. I don't know if you know DataCake. And they have also a very nice dashboard. And with templates to get sensors in it. So, but there are a lot of dashboards, I think, where you can put in your sensors. And you have to make a choice and stay to that choice unless something is happening and that the dashboard is not working anymore, or you cannot add the devices in the way you like. But it should be scanning the QR code. It should be in the dashboard. The dashboard should add the dev UI to the Things network, and it should be working within a few minutes. That's the way it should be for end users. And if you go for deployment for industrial options, it should be a mass import or a mass deployment.
Yeah. So we need to work on that.
That is very important. Yeah. And remote management of gateways, but also remote management of sensors. If you want, I have sensors where I want to change the SF value, but that is not possible by a downlink. So you have to go to your sensors to change the SF value.
Yeah.
But that should be I think that basic the settings must and should be done by a downlink command. And if you do that from a dashboard from DataCake or Fact, or from a dashboard or a management system from the vendor, it's not so important, but that's really very important. That vendors make it possible to change basic settings or important settings via downlink command.
Yeah, absolutely. And this should be a standard, right? I guess for every device, not just, but there's nothing now. Good.
No, there are some sensors which you can change the parameters by a downlink command, but not too much.
And there's no standard as well. It's each one has its own way. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting.
I have here a small power switch which you can control via LoRaWAN, and now you can control it by a downlink, and you can send a downlink, and it will shut down the power from the outside for 10 seconds. Your gateway goes down, but in the memory it set it back on power after 10 seconds, and the gateway comes online again. So, for example, you can control your gateway by shutting it down or shutting it off by a LoRaWAN module.
Super.
With a downlink command, and you can change settings. And of course, this one is powered, so it sends the settings of the LoRaWAN uplink every minute. But I don't have to know every minute my information. But you can change those settings over the air. Yeah, that is very important, I think. Basic settings like ADR on, off, or SF, or the DBIs, or other important values from that sensor. Restarting the sensor, or and firmware will be difficult, I think. If you want to push firmware via downlink, I don't think that is possible, because the amount of data is too small to send firmware.
Yeah, it's possible, kind of possible already, but yeah, it is tricky. No one still does it at scale, at least.
No.
And
not on the Class A, I think. Maybe on the Class C a network, it could be possible, but on the Class A, it will be difficult.
We have another question over here. Is Mark, are your sensors don't support ADR? The speed factor value is set to ideal circumstances?
Yeah, of course, my sensors support ADR, but I have some sensors in the refrigerator, and where the gateway is too far away. And with ADR, I had them some days in the refrigerator, but they didn't came in contact with my gateway. So I put the SF value on 12 manually, and then they connect to my gateway. So maybe ADR was not working properly on that sensor because it wasn't sending on SF12.
Yeah.
But yes, sometimes in this case it was very important to me that I could change the SF parameter and set ADR on off in this case.
Yeah, I agree. ADR is great, but there are a lot of bugs out there. And I think the best thing about LoRa is that you have full control over the stack. So if you should be able to set anything you need, because it just helps any big deployments, in my experience. So that's good to know. We have another comment? No. So TTN version 2 supports ADR. Actually, TTN v2 does support ADR, but there are always some bugs around.
Yeah. Okay, we don't have like any additional question over here. Well, let me check here. No, I think we don't have like more questions from our viewers today. Thanks to those who asked questions, guys. Happy to see you like every week over here. Thanks for joining us always. And also, Mark, if you have like a message to our community of entrepreneurs, makers, engineers, what would it be?
I would say watch and follow like wireless, because great things are coming, and I hope what is now developed will make a major change in managing gateways, and in combination with migrating to V3, it's very important. I think that's very important. So that's a really and that's why I'm maybe happily choose RAK wireless, because if you have gateways, and I have only 17, but if if you have 50 or 100 gateways where you have to go to change them from V2 to V3, you have a nice job.
Big problem, big problem.
Yeah.
Great.
Nice. Thanks for sharing us that message, and also like thanks for sharing us like all those pictures. There's a really good installation right there. I would love to work with you on a guide to share like that step-by-step process on how to handle like a proper outdoor installation. It will super nice to work with you on this if you're open to it.
Yes, I'm open to it. Yeah.
Awesome. So we're going to work on that.
For example, what I do, I prepare the gateways as far as possible at home. All the small the Wi-Fi antennas and the LTE antennas, I install them at home. I wrap them at home, so I only have to wrap the LoRaWAN antenna on the day itself. So the most thing I all prepare at the maximum at home. So if something goes wrong on the job, you can spend time on solving that problem over there, but not installing or the gateway itself.
Amazing, super.
Good.
That is a good point to definitely. And I think that's all for the session. We don't have like any additional comments so far. So I think that is all for today. I don't know, Mark, if you want to add something else to the conversation, or Jose.
I have a question. And normally on the 7249 there was a 3 dBi LoRaWAN antenna. It's a small one. You can mount it on it. But can you mount a 5 dBi antenna directly on the 7249? Yes, technically yes, it is possible. But because I have to install a 7249 indoors, but it's very cold there, so I don't want to put in the 7258, but the 7249 with the 5 dBi antenna directly mounted on it. Is that advisable or not?
You mean indoors? Indoors, it's fine. Yeah. It's mostly outdoors is the problem because of the wind. If you start having wind vibrations, that's the main problem. Okay. But indoors, no problem. I don't see any issue with that.
Okay.
Actually, I missed like one important thing, and is like if someone wants to join like your group, your community, to contribute to it with, I don't know, other gateways or maybe a solution, how they can do it.
They can contact me via LinkedIn or via the website. Yes, nicely. It's again 0478, and 0478 is the area code of Venray.
Oh,
and that's why I choose it. So it's very difficult to choose a website domain. So that's why it's TTN 0478.
Very easy to remember.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay, I think that's all. Mark, thanks once again, and also thanks to all of those who connect today and chat with us. We are super excited to handle like these kind of sessions every week. So if someone is watching this video later, feel free to leave your doubts or comments on the section, and we are going to be super happy to address them later. I think that's all, and we hope to see you next week, all of those who are watching us, and my best wishes to all of you. And that's all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Maria, Jose.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.